Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are continuing my 7 favorite builds in 649 days. This, again, horrible joke. Shouldn't do the same joke twice in a row. We're gonna be playing Tassadar today, specifically my Hypercar build that I have cultivated over the ages. There was the race car build that some pro player came up with. I don't remember who, and I feel bad every time I bring it up. But I took it. I started using force walls, and then we added in rewind at level 20, and basically it's the best build ever for keeping your team alive and never dying at any point ever. But I'm probably not going to do any of that today. Our teammates are probably going to die a ton, and then I'm going to feed. So look forward to that in today's episode. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the tomb of the Spider Queen. We're going to get a good foundation going, because of course if you want a solid road to success, you have to have a good foundation to build that upon. And we're going to be doing that with Conjurer's Pursuit. Gather globes to increase our mana regeneration. We're going to be spamming abilities out non-stop with this build. I'm talking a shield every 6 seconds or something. And that can get very, very mana intensive if you don't go for Conjurer's Pursuit. So absolutely essential talent if you want to have a good Tassadar game, in my opinion. So the friendly team: Sergeant Hammer, Sylvanas, Illidan, Brightwing, Tassadar. The enemy team: Tassadar, Jaina, Sylvanas, Zeratul, Murky. So we have more supports and the Illidan hard carry, whereas they have a bit more control with the Murky. We'll see how it goes. First blood is not going to happen on the enemy team Zeratul. He is going to make it out of there just fine. Murky's showing up. Let's go ahead and use our Oracle. Oracle is our trait. It is an area around Tassadar that will reveal the area. This gives him vision of not only what the fog is hiding, but also grants vision of any stealth characters that may happen to be in the area. Sergeant Hammer doing the right thing, already taking down one of the towers. Always great to see. I'm just going to come in here and soak up those butts and put them in a box. And then I'm going to rotate middle and get that regen globe. And then soak up those butts and put them in a box. You'll notice that I have a one-track mind when it comes to playing Tassadar. It's all about the fucking regen globes and nothing else. I'm just going to keep rotating in between these two lanes, and I'm going to make sure that I have as many stacks of Conjurer's Pursuit as humanly possible, or at least that's the goal. So, Tassadar is categorized as a ranged support. How does he do his ranged supporting, you may be asking? Well, a lot of it has to do with shields. He's more of a utility character if you really stop to think about it, but he does have a ton of shields. Previously in the past, very, very similar to Tyrande that we were talking about yesterday, he wasn't really considered a solo support, and I still think in a lot of ways he struggles in that department. But, you know, fuck him. Do we really need a reason more than that? Like, I want to play Tassadar. Don't fucking tell me what to play. Sure, I'm a support. What of it? I'll support you. Our supporting ramps up as the game increases. Once we hit level 7, we'll be doing a pretty good job. He is better at supporting heroes that have basic attacks. So again, Illidan, for instance, because your target that you're shielding will get more healing when they auto attack when the shield is up. Basically, they get a life drain effect with the leeching plasma, which is really, really strong on characters like Illidan and Vala and Tychus, characters who will be attacking a lot throughout the course of the game. But again, we're not worried about that right now. What we are worried about is getting these stacks. We're up to 8 at the 2.5 minute mark. I'm pretty happy with that, but it could be better. Let's make sure we get this one, though. There you go. Thank you. Here, have a shield. Brightwing supporting our Sergeant Hammer. I think that's the right thing to do. I'm over here playing this super selfish game, just trying to get fat off these regen globes, which you know I'm pretty good at. Let's go ahead and ping danger here. We're back in the middle lane. Our W ability is called Psionic Storm, and what this does is just a small area of effect on the ground that does some persistent damage. This makes Tassadar pretty good at soloing lanes. He can hold lanes really, really well versus characters like Zagara that would normally be pretty good at pushing. Let's go ahead and give him a shield. Look, he's gonna live through that with just that one shield. That's all it took. Your Illidan has to have faith in you, and just go in non-stop no matter what's going on, and usually that means you're gonna have a pretty good game. Probably should have taken the opportunity to turn in there, but instead, gonna get a regen globe. You'll notice a common trend throughout this entire game. I'm sorry it's gonna happen. It bugs some people. When I like stop everything that's going on to get a region globe, I know it bothers some people on a fundamental level, but I am hardwired to do this now, and I have to do it. I have to do it. Otherwise, it just doesn't feel right. Let's go ahead and try to apply some pressure to Zeratul here. I'm going to go ahead and give the Oracle just to make sure he can't re-stealth. And now we're going to go for Kala's Embrace, which means that any shield that we put on a target, I was trying to click on Illidan there, obviously, will maintain after the shield would normally expire. So we can give our shield to Illidan. Illidan can go off and do Illidan things, and half of the shield's protection will remain after the duration of the shield would have normally ended. I know that was kind of a weird explanation. I'm sorry. Basically, you get a lot more value out of your mana, and that's important. And that also maintains the effect of the life on hit that comes along with the shields as well. So it actually is fantastic for characters like Illidan, who have innate life on hit anyway because of his trait. Like, he can just survive through just about anything. It's really, really nice. A lot of really good synergies there. But because these last, indefinitely, basically, you are going to be forced to cast these non-stop, which is, again, why having the massive amount of stacks of Conjurer's Pursuit is so important. So damn important. Now, that's your focus for the majority of the early game. I'm sure you've already figured that out, though. But, oh shit, buddy, you went so deep. That was too deep. It was okay. He didn't mean to. Zeratul blinked. He didn't know. He didn't know Zeratul was going to blink. It's not his fault. I am going to grab this region globe really quick. Enemy team Tassadar dying from the snipe of the spider. That is unfortunate. Oh, man. That sucks. Basically, if you are playing Tassadar correctly, playing this build for Tassadar correctly, you pretty much will never have to go back to the well at any point in the game. Now, we can go Sippy Cup and we can top off our mana that way, but the idea is we're going to have all of the self-sustain that we could ever need. We'll be able to generate a ton of XP for our team because we're always going to be in a lane doing something. And of course, don't forget with your shield, just kind of a side tip here, you can shield buildings. They don't last for, oh, they do last forever, so fuck it. Let's just give some defenses in here. Why not? No reason not to. No reason not to. I'm just going to keep getting region globes, keep gathering these spider butts. The enemy team does have enough to turn in to get the objective going for themselves. We are going to be picking up Force Wall at level 10. Now, there is the Archon option, and Archon is fantastic for dealing burst damage to enemy heroes. But for me, Force Wall has always been my favorite. There are some really good builds that rely on Archon to do a ton of damage, and you can actually get guaranteed critical hits at level 7 if you decide to go down that path. That was a terrible Force Wall. Actually, it's going to work out just fine. Let's go ahead and shield myself. We'll go ahead and Dimensional Shift. Dimensional Shift, by the way, my E ability. I believe we were killed by the Zeratul there. But Dimensional Shift is our E ability. What it does is it brings us into another dimension. In this dimension, we cannot be seen by the enemy team. We cannot deal damage to the enemy team. Basically, it's like we don't exist for a short time. It is the only really true stealth in this game because there's no cloaking effect or anything. You just disappear. Now, throughout the course of the mid to late game, we're going to be ramping up our Dimensional Shift. We're going to be improving this to give us a ton of health back when we are in this other realm, which increases our survivability substantially more. Now, I really doubt that throughout the course of this game, we're going to be focused too much, not when we have an Illidan on our team, but if the enemy team does decide to try to deal some damage to us, we are going to be able to move around, survive through just about everything, and we're probably going to be okay. The Force Wall was there to cut off the escape of Jaina, but it didn't look like we even needed it. 2-level advantage with an Illidan is what you are looking for. This guy's going to be able to run rampant all over the enemy team. We do not have enough spider butts to turn in. Hopefully the team has noticed. They have, and they are going to be turning that in right now for our second objective of the game. The entirety of the enemy team just wiped almost. The only person remaining is Ashley on Sylvanas. How you doing, baby girl? How you doing? You staying alive? Good for you. You're a strong, independent woman. The egg from Murky was just moved right in time because it was about to die. We're just going to apply some more pressure up top. Not really worried about this Jaina at all. We'll just go ahead and Dimensional Shift. We'll put a wall down right there, and then we'll live through just about everything. Oh, Illidan going in. He's going to avenge me. We'll make sure he stays shielded. We'll make sure he can take her down. I'm going to go ahead and Oracle because I thought I saw Zeratul. but apparently I did not. Can we keep our Sylvanas alive? I was a little short there, but we're going to go ahead and wall right behind Illidan, which is going to stop Tassadar in the other dimension from getting through. And now at level 13, we are going to go with Prescience, which is the first step in our survivability talents. This is going to passively use our dimensional shift when we are low on health. We don't have to do anything. Just all of a sudden, oh hey, I'm about to die. We're gonna pop into the other dimension. Now it's not that good by itself. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but it will get better as we increase to level 16. I'm gonna go ahead and dimensional shift here. Oh, Sylvanas, I don't know if you want to be there, baby girl. We have a very commanding lead right now. Looks like we're just going to be moving in, hitting this too. I'm going to continue to give shields to Illidan, make sure he stays healthy. Going to give a shield to myself here very soon as well, make sure I stay healthy. Brightwing doing the same thing for some reason. I'm not tanking anything though. Illidan getting ballsy, going down to the bottom lane to deal damage to 2 members under their fort. Will he be able to do it? I don't know, but we were able to take down the middle keep. Now, I'm definitely out of position here, tanking a lot of buildings. Illidan's still going in strong though. Sylvanas was able to shut down this building for a moment. The Octograb was incoming there, so we're just going to reposition off to this side, re-shield ourselves. I think, no, Brightwing's not going to make it. I could have shielded her. I could have. It was there. I could have done it, but I didn't. Let's go ahead and grab these, and I'll be on my way. Don't mind me. Don't mind me one bit. I'm just going to keep shielding. I don't think there's anything Murky can actually do to me here. Tassadar for the enemy team chasing after me, but again, I don't think there's anything he can do here. Now, Dimensional Warp coming in at level 16. This is where it gets fun. Watch the magic happen. And just like that, we get like half of our health back. I think it's like 33%. No, it's 50%. It is half of our health. No, that's movement speed, excuse me. So we get healed for a flat amount, and we gained 50% movement speed. So that's why they used to call this the raised car build. You would get Archon and a different shield, or a different talent at level 7. You would get the crits on your W, and then Archon at level 10. But basically, that was the raised car build. And I was using it, and I liked it, and it was okay. But I saw the potential in Force Walls before most other people did. And I decided that, you know what, Force Walls is what I want to do. And that's why we made the Hypercar build. We're going to be picking up Rewind at level 20, which is just going to increase our mobility even more, our shielding potential even more, our survivability even more. It's going to make everything we've been doing throughout the course of the game better than it is right now. And we're going to use that to hopefully punish the enemy team more so than we have been already. Great Force Wall is going to cut off the retreat of the enemy team. We're going to pick up a kill on Tassadar, a kill on Sylvanas. We're going to give a shield to our Illidan so he can go wherever he wants with a kill on Murky. And now we are knocking on the front door of the enemy team. Can we win here? I think we might just be winning here. Well, shit! I didn't even get to show off the good part, the rewind. Who's this on? It was on me? Motherfucker, who you think you is? Look at that. Oh, shit. I was not ready for that Ring of Frost. I was tapping my button, but I walked back into it. The hunt from Illidan on Jaina, gonna take her down. Will Zeratul be able to get away? It looks like he can, but man, we are overstaying our welcome here. We're level 17 at the 12-minute mark, trying to win the game. Ashley uses Sylvanas used mind control on a Sergeant Hammer that was sieged up. What are you doing? Holy shit, that was funny. That was the first time I've seen that. Oh, Sergeant Hammer can't move when she's sieged. Oh, it's funny. All right, let's make our way back in. Whew, I was not ready for that. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for the mind control siege mode. All right, we need 8 more butts to make this happen. Let's try to make that happen. Let's try to move it here. Get some more. We're up to 26 region globes. 27 region globes, excuse me, at the 13-minute mark. That's a good spot to be. You get one, Zeratul. You get one. All right, let's just shield up our Brightwing and get out of here. I'm not playing super well. I'm not going to lie to you. But this build is just so much fun. Let's go ahead and cut off their escape. Oh, I'm mind controlled this time. That's a little bit better, but oh my god, the BFG from Sergeant Hammer on top of the Illidan going in with the hunt is able to take him down no problem. All right, let's make sure we can shield our buddy here. Make sure he stays alive. He's going to be just fine. And just like that, dominating the battleground yet again. We just need to get in position here for a force wall. Just like that. Boom! That's going to stop Tassadar in his tracks. Illidan did jump over it a little bit, but that's okay. Now we're going to be able to push down the top lane. No problemo. We could get boss or something. You want to make this game last a little bit longer so I can show my level 20 talent and show how it all comes together? I mean, the Hypercar is not online until level 20. You have to build up to it. You have to upgrade your way up there. You can't just say you're doing the Hypercar build and you're not level 20. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Level 19, the top key, the final building for the enemy team is going to be taken down. Murky for the enemy team trying to get some split pushing done. I don't think it's going to work out too much for him, though. Force wall coming down is going to lock these guys in spot for at least a moment. Illidan diving under the tower. We're just going to keep giving him shields. And remember, every time he auto-attacks, he's going to be healing from his trait and from my shielding as well. Unfortunately, Sergeant Hammer getting killed by the little fish back here. Of course, Murky can just respawn at his egg and continue to apply pressure. We're almost level 20. We're almost level 20. Can't we do it? I'm just going to keep giving him shields every 6 seconds. We're going to be spamming the shields. Uh-oh, looks like the rest of our team's starting to go down, though. Can Illidan and myself hold down the line? I think we can, actually. And as Jaina Proudmoore walks into range, we're going to hit her with the force wall, try to move in front of her to body block, but no one followed up. That's okay. That's okay. We are getting pretty low on mana here. We'll go ahead and shield this hammer as this poor little Zeratul tries to make something happen. Great reaction from the enemy team's Jaina, however. That was a fantastic Ring of Frost. And now the Hypercar is online. Let's show off the survivability we can get from this. Let's go take some damage, boys. Let's go take some damage, boys. So, we have one way to get ourselves back to full health from taking damage. That's with Prescience. There's one. Here's two with the second dimensional shift. Then we rewind into a third. And at any point in the game, we can go back up to 100% health whenever we feel like it from death. You can also cast more shields because of rewind. You can cast more W's because of rewind. And all in all, it becomes an incredibly satisfying build and easily makes its way onto my top 7 list of my favorite, most enjoyable builds in Heroes of the Storm. It's not a new build by any means, but my god, I have a lot of fun with it. This is like best case scenario. You want a team full of auto attackers that are constantly going to be hitting stuff to get health back. And the best character ever to combo with a Tassadar, especially right now, is going to be an Illidan, and a very aggressive, confident Illidan at that, which we had in spades. So again, the build one more time, Conjurer's Pursuit, so you never run out of mana. Leeching Plasma, excuse me, so your shields can heal as well if the person shielded is attacking. Then you have Kala's Embrace, which makes the shield last forever, like it will remain after its duration. Force Wall for the Force Walls, Prescience so we can't die, Dimensional Warp so we can't die, and Rewind so we can do it all even better than we have been throughout the rest of the game. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.